Michigan State at Nebraska is a turning point measuring stick game for both teams. I'll give you my insider take on why this game is so important. Locked on Big Ten starts right now.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman, 40 years as a sports talk show host and play-by-play announcer, and I want to thank you for making us your first listen each and every day. You know, we're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, hit that free subscribe button down below while you're watching us, and that way you'll never miss a single episode. Plus, if you could share, follow, and like, that's great. And did you know you can hype YouTube videos? We would appreciate that as well. So, Michigan State, Nebraska, kind of a under-the-radar, low-key, important football game, and it's go time for both of these teams, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do after that game this weekend. But first, let's get into it a little bit. Let's chop it up. Michigan State versus Nebraska. It's a must-win game for both teams, and I'll explain. So, you know, when you look at our Locked On Big Ten power rankings that we do, by the way, yesterday's podcast, that's what we did. Check it out. Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. I got Penn State in there, but that's the upper tier. These other teams in the second tier, they're good. They want to be great. They're not bad. And they find amongst each other to try and reach out, and maybe one of them can get into that upper tier and get a playoff spot, right? So I think both of these teams, they're in that second tier, you know, the upper middle class of the Big Ten, if you will. I think Nebraska's at the top of it. And I think Michigan State's a little closer to the bottom of this tier that we're talking about. But I think both programs are going in the right direction. I think they're both on the rise, credit to their coaches. But that's why that this game is so important for both. You know, it's not a must-win in the sense that the loser's season is over, but in the sense of establishing oneself as a team that can keep taking steps forward. It's an important ball game. Let's start off with Nebraska for a minute. You Nebraska fans know what I'm talking about here. They did not do themselves any favors when they lost at home to Michigan a couple of weekends ago. You know, it was a statement game also, just a little bit different kind, but it was a statement game just like this one. And the statement that we learned is, hey, we're not there yet. It was disappointing a lot for a lot of Nebraska fans were hyped up for that game. That was going to be a statement game, and they didn't come through. In fact, it reinforced a couple of old things that are bothering Nebraska people right now and have bothered them for a long time. Number one, we lost to a ranked team again. That happens every year. We lost another one-score game. That's been happening for a long time. In fact, it has plagued Bo Pelini, Scott Frost, Matt Rhule. 3-4. It happened again, 30-27. Now, this game this week, obviously Michigan State is not Michigan, but a win for Nebraska on Saturday, it'll kind of stop the bleeding, the wound, if you will, of losing to Michigan. A little small free fall because they tried to get to the top of that tier into the next, and they just couldn't quite get there. They want solid footing in the tier that they're in. They need to win this game. A loss this weekend will send them to the bottom of this tier. Michigan State, on the other hand, you lose this game and you are what we thought you were, right? And you win the game, and it'll reinforce the fact that Michigan State, as I've been talking about, I think they're taking little baby steps, getting better throughout last year and into this year in year two for Jonathan Smith's tenure there. This would be a nice win for Michigan State if they can get it. From a fan standpoint, this is a great quarterback matchup. Nebraska's Dylan Raiola. I think he's as exciting as any quarterback in the Big Ten. We've talked about the weight on his shoulders to take this program to the next level. It's heavy. There's no doubt about it. And then on the other side, Michigan State has Aidan Chile, who I think is very exciting, and it has a lot of upside. Minimized his mistakes from last year. He's getting better. And you know what? I shout out to him because I thought he really played a good football game last weekend on the road a week and a half ago at USC. It was a late game. You might have even missed it because it was 11 p.m. Eastern kickoff. That game went late into the night. And, you know, he's from Southern California. He had a lot of friends and family there. And I thought he played well. I really did. They just couldn't. They got it close again in the second half, and they just couldn't get it over the hump against USC. So he's up and coming. Now we're going to do our pigskin picks tomorrow. Check that out. We do that every Friday. Right now, this number's at 53.5 for this game. And I'm probably going to tell you right now, I'm going to take the over on this game. When Nebraska gets into the red zone, they score 79% of the time. Guess what Michigan does when they get in the red zone? 94% they'll score. These teams can score. And, defenses on both sides have some weaknesses that I think both teams could take advantage of just a little bit. First of all, Michigan State's pass defense is bad. It's the worst in the Big Ten. And then Dylan Raiola and the passing offense of Nebraska, it's number 2 in the country, let alone the Big Ten. So I think he's going to get some yardage there. There's some chunk yards to be had for Dylan Raiola and the passing game for Nebraska. Meanwhile, if you want to flip the script a little bit, the Nebraska run defense, it's bad. It's the worst in the Big Ten. And, some of that is helped by the fact or hurt by the fact they're coming off the Michigan game. Michigan likes to run the ball. They did. And that did not help Nebraska's ground defensive rushing numbers. But Michigan State could come into this game. They're decent at running the ball. Not great, but they're decent. And they average 154 yards a game. So I think they'll up that number against the Huskers defense. And I think Michigan State will run the ball, and I think Nebraska will throw the ball. I think that's what this game is going to come down to. And this game is very important for a lot of other reasons, too, because, again, they're kind of in the same group. So it's an important game for recruiting because both teams kind of go after the same type of player, a lot of 3-star developmental guys that you want to come and have for a few years and develop. The game is also important for the coaches, Matt Rhule and Jonathan Smith, kind of keep momentum going in the right direction. And also, this game is important for the fan bases. You got to keep them hooked in here. I think there's enough excitement here at the beginning of the season, but we're a third of the way through. You start losing games like this, and the interest starts to wane a little bit, and people start asking questions like, when's basketball season, particularly at Michigan State? Although Nebraska's had some interesting basketball games over the last 2 years, too. I always thought they were fun to watch as well. But anyway, it's still football season, and this is an important game. Michigan State at Nebraska. I think there's a lot on the line. Weird kickoff time, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific on FS1. I'm going to talk about our plans and what we're going to do following this game over the weekend. If you are new to us, if you just discovered us, we're here every day, by the way. I know we go live on Saturdays, but we're here every day, multiple podcasts every day, everything all Big Ten, all 18 teams. We have all the news. We have analysis of that news, and we have opinion of that news. We never shy away from opinion, or yours as well. Hit us up in the comments as well. Subscribe. That's a good start, too. That helps us out. It helps you out. Brings us together here in the Big Ten Club. That way you'll never miss a single episode. Or download us if you're on audio only at Apple and Spotify. Some people choose to do that as well. And if you could share, follow, and like, that helps us out too. We have a website called talkbig10.com. That's with the number 10. All of our podcasts go there. If you want to, after this one, second listen, go check out yesterday's. By all means, check it out there. Plus, among our podcasts, we have links where you could buy Big Ten merchandise, shirts, T-shirts, and hats and pennants from your favorite Big Ten team. You're a Michigan State fan. You're a Nebraska fan. You can get your swag, and Christmas is right around the corner. So I just want to let you know about all that. And we'll take a peek at what's coming up this weekend and our approach and how we're going to handle it as we continue here on another episode of Locked On Big Ten. Square. Businesses in your neighborhood, they all run on Square. That's right. Those local businesses that you love. This episode is brought to you by Square. So there are certain businesses that truly make the neighborhood feel like home. The ones you're familiar with, the local sports bar that you go to, the coffee shop that's got your order ready to go when you walk in the door, the deli where the guy behind the counter has been there for years, knows your name, knows what you're going to get. So you get places like that. They run on Square, and it really helps them keep their businesses going. It keeps your neighborhood feeling like a neighborhood. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. You can go to square.com/go Locked On College to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square. See you in the neighborhood. Mazda crafts cars that the kind of, you need if you want to do something other than just simply move from place to place. People who drive the Mazdas, they follow what moves them every time they drive. And that's what makes Mazda stand out. They go beyond safety and style, although they have it. They rank highly in safety. Their style, attention to detail, metallic accents, snap of leather. When you get behind the wheel, you just feel something different, feeling awesome. So whether you're making a short trip to a grocery store or a long weekend drive, you'll enjoy it with Mazda. The small details that make the big plays. And, there's more to every player. There's more to every Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. And also, game time. You need a ticket? You and your friends have been talking about these games that we talk about. You want to get to a game? You need a ticket. You need the Game Time app. It's a couple of taps and boom, you're there. Because, your group of friends are going, hey, man, all right, we're going. Who's getting the tickets? It's my job. Well, now your job is easy with Game Time. You get great deals. And did you know that with Game Time, if you're looking for a college football ticket, did you know you can get into college football games as low as $25 a piece? Yeah. They also have the view from all the seats. So you can see the view of the seat of the ticket you're about to buy before you go there. So take all the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCollege, LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, download Game Time today. Thanks for checking us out here on Locked On Big Ten. All right, let's get to the game plan this weekend. As I mentioned, we're here every single day with multiple podcasts, but on weekends, after the biggest game of the weekend, we like to go live. Now, we're going to tweak it a little bit. Usually we're picking, like, for example, last week we told you Oregon, Penn State, we're going to go live after the game's over, right after they do the final winning coach interview, and then that gives everybody time to get us dialed up, and we're good to go. We're going to do something a little different this weekend. We're going to go live at 7:15 Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. It just so happens the Michigan State Nebraska game will be ending-ish about that time. But I want to get started. I want that game to end while we're on. You get my immediate reaction live. I get your immediate reaction live with all your comments. And then I kind of want to wrap things up by the time Ohio State kicks off the night game against Minnesota. So we're going to do all that. We'll recap every single Big Ten game from the early games, like Michigan hosting Wisconsin, Illinois at Purdue, Penn State out the Rose Bowl at UCLA. We'll talk about that. Washington going east to Maryland. We're going to talk about all of them. Louisiana Monroe and Northwestern. We got you covered on Saturday. In the meantime, there are many times for you to interact with, many ways to interact with me. There's Twitter or X at Talk Big Ten. There's our website, talkbig10.com, with podcasts and merchandise. And before you go, hit that subscribe button and follow this podcast right now on your favorite podcast app so you get the latest episode as soon as it becomes available each and every day. And share, follow, and like. Plus, our friends at Locked On got something great for you college football fans. Locked On and Fire TV present the College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll from Locked On Big 12. He anchors it along with two-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson and former college star Jesse Holley and Locked On's local experts. So a college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch the College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season only on Fire TV. That'll do it. Tomorrow it's Friday. We will preview every game, every team, and at the end, go on the record with our pigskin picks. We have all the insights on the point spreads, point totals, everything on tomorrow's episode. Don't miss it. That'll do it for us here today. Can't wait to talk to you again tomorrow and get you ready for the weekend. For Locked On Big Ten, I'm Craig Sheeman. We'll see you tomorrow.